Hi, you got Luke Horton here from Run and Horn. This is my first video message, so please be kind if it's a bit rough around the edges. Just thought it'd be nice to send you a video and tell you what's happening. So, look, as you'd imagine, inquiry for sales and leasing of commercial property has been very slow for all of April due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and businesses, just cannot conduct business as per usual. The restrictions obviously have affected the ability to undertake your own personal life, but I'd rather be in Australia than America or England at the moment. As you'd be aware, we manage a variety of businesses, and the impact has varied from cannot operate at all, like dance schools and karate studios, because of the distancing laws, and businesses, having the best month of their life. Butchers and bakers have been quite busy. The good news is that Australia seems to be prevailing well in the COVID-19 situation, and there are easings of restrictions happening daily. In our property management portfolio, we've seen several businesses that closed at the start of April now reopening. They've spent the last 4 weeks developing procedures and policies to keep their staff safe, and also the easing of restrictions have meant that the consumer has felt more comfortable going out and doing the shopping, because the message was don't go out if you don't have to, food and essentials and things like that. What's come out of this is the way we do business, and there's been a seismic sort of shift towards online shopping, and that is a problem, because the traditional retailer now has a shop full of older stock, and people are now used to shopping online. What does that mean? It's probably a slow pickup for retailers, and a softening of rents for those who have vacancies, and even softening of rents for tenants that are in place, because their turnover is just not there to pay the rent, and you've got to make a commercial decision as a landlord. Do you want to keep those tenants or not? Working from home with staff has seen a number of businesses contemplating smaller offices, realising that the place of business doesn't have to be a physical address. Although they still want a physical address, their requirements for space have downsized, and we've got a couple of examples now where they've reduced their office format from, say, 180 metres down to 80 price-wise, but also the fact that a business doesn't need to be in the same room all the time. That being said, look, we're anxiously awaiting for the return to normal. Our business has been hit pretty hard too, without tenants paying rent or inquiry to buy or lease property. We've had to make adjustments to our staffing levels and JobKeeper payments and things like that. But we are here, we're still doing what we've got to do, and we want to make money like everyone else. It's just the opportunity's just not there at the moment. Property investors are active, but they seem to be the property investors who have the cash. They're not borrowing from the bank, and they're ready to invest. But the first question they ask when they look at property is the tenant paying full price in rent? And if they are, is it likely that they're going to ask for a reduction? And there's no easy answer to that. You can't predict the future, and the impact of the COVID restrictions is quite varied, and some haven't had it yet, some have had it since March. So it does vary. There's a lag time, I guess. That's the way to put it. So in summary, I hope you're well, hope your family's well. We're here ready and open and willing to do business. We're trying our best to make deals happen. We're very receptive to the requirements of tenants, and we'll argue and discuss pros and cons where necessary to find a fair and equitable outcome. That's the key, fair and equitable outcome. So anyway, thank you for watching my video, and give me a call if you want to discuss anything. Thanks. Have a good weekend.